Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going live. Stuart's got spag bowl for tea tonight. Nice.
I've got Finley burgers, I think, apparently.
Have you? Nice.
As they said.
What you got, Andy?
Jambalaya.
Is that edible?
It's chicken and chorizos and...
Nice jambalaya.
Oh, I thought you said John Buller.
Jambalaya.
I've got good tea. Hold on. Not ready. That's from crystal clear.
They hear the music and suddenly the camera angles all change. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the live lockdown show. Here we are with you, 2 o'clock, live from the UK, which is a very nice day here, I have to say. It's sunny, it's not windy, not really even that cold. So it's lovely here in the southwest of England. And how is it up north?
It's -2, snowing, icy, frosty.
It's horrible.
Like, seriously,
Yeah.
I've got blue sky.
I can't see the houses. Looking through the houses aside, and I can't see the houses behind them. It's that foggy.
Like I say, we've got freezing fog as well. So yeah,
Just to throw that in the mix.
It's a bit of a difference, isn't there?
It is, isn't it? Yes, it's amazing what 250 miles makes a difference. So yes, it is. It's lovely here. It's very nice. It's been bright all day. It was a nice sunrise this morning as well. And I was thinking of you guys up to your neck in snow. And I've just seen the weather, and they're on about a load more coming your way as well. So yes,
Lovely.
different. Yes,
Lovely,
that's why
lovely.
you need a wall. That's what it is. You're on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, it's funny how like, Nathan's not had it because it's obviously all must have come up the east side of it, and the west side of the country's got none, has it? It's all been up this side. So yeah, it's nice though. Nice to have a bit of snow. Actually, it's not too bad. It's
I do enjoy it. I'm a big kid. So.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all right until it turns to slush and where they salt and grill it, and it's that brown crap everywhere. It's like, yeah, you've killed it now. Nice when it's pristine and just white and crispy.
Yeah.
I think we're at the killed it stage.
Yes.
It's all soggy and
slushy and and then it freezes overnight and it's lethal.
Yeah,
that's what happened last night. To be honest, it froze overnight and the roads were lethal. Laddo next door went out to work this morning. I think he went out about 7:15, 8:15. I got in the shower, I said to him, right, I'm going to get in the shower, get ready, blah, blah. And then when I was in, he came back. He'd got down to so far on the main road, and he said he'd just seen this woman just put her brakes on and just slide straight over the island.
Yeah, it's
the big island as you go to turn right. Yeah. Up York Road and all that lot. Yeah, she just went straight over the island. So he rung his boss up, and his boss says, "Don't bother coming in. It's lethal." They haven't cleared him because we've walked to the post office. Me, Leslie, and Lydia took the post. What we didn't manage yesterday, so we had to walk and dragged it. And the top road's clear. I think the main roads are, but all the side roads are still
pretty treacherous.
Bit treacherous, shall we say? Yeah, it's not great. So, but yeah, part and parcel into the UK and snow.
Yes, this is it. Yes, if 1 minute it's nice and lovely, then it's wet and dreary and horrible, and then it freezes and snows. And that's just in an afternoon on Dartmoor normally.
And then the country dries to a halt.
Yes, that's it.
Richard in chat's put greetings from Netherlands, where today our government resigned.
Okay. Yes, I've seen that on BBC News. Yeah, they've all resigned, haven't they?
They've just had enough. Stuff it. I can't be bothered anymore.
Something to do with fraud and something to do with some... I can't think what they said now. You know, benefits or something that's been frauding or something. So they've all resigned. That's going to put them in a nice predicament, isn't it?
And we thought ours was bad.
Anyway,
never mind. Right, okay. So just to bring you up to speed to everything that's going on at the moment, we've got a little bit of roundup for this week. So starting, if you go over the vlog page, you see what we've been up to this week. Because obviously on a Friday we normally do a little bit of a recap. So on Monday we started off with the part 1 of the J.J. Adams version of the Enterprise, which I'm currently working on at the moment. So part 1 of that one up there is a video build, so you could go off and watch that, or members can anyway. So that was up there on Monday. On Tuesday we did obviously it's a lockdown stroke Q&A show. Okay, so that was over here. So if you want to go back and watch any of these shows, you can do. It's the easiest ways to find them in here. And literally just hit the play button, and then you can come in here and you can see me and Andy. Because Matt joined us a little bit later on. So if you want to see us talking about Andy, that's where we were. So that was all in there. So you can see all about that and obviously answering your questions. Obviously, we did the lockdown show with the PM show as well on Wednesday. So that one is just down in here, and again, you can pop back in here.
Well, I didn't know if we'd sold it for you.
There we go, and seeing all the things we were talking about down in there. You can see them in the studio. If you want to go back and watch that one.
Hey, that looks pretty smart, that, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's nice and clear. Good clear image on that one. Okay, so he said, and obviously we did the review as well, which was the Osprey. So if you want to go off and see the review on the brand new Hobby Boss 148 scale Osprey, that went up there with you on Wednesday as well. Okay, so that was basically Wednesdays. And then last night we had the live show. So if you want to go back and have a recap for a couple of hours on what we were up to there, talking about obviously all your different bits and pieces, that is all just down in here. So you can see all the gang from last night is up there. So really that gets you up to speed. And then today we've got the next part, which is why I was a little bit late getting this sorted out today, is part 2 of the Enterprise, because I've been editing it and trying to get it up onto YouTube. So that is up there as well, which basically is talking obviously all about doing the clear work, getting that in there, getting it masked, and really talking about getting seamless. So obviously on this thing, it's all about show. You're going to see all where the seams are, so how to make it seamless. So I was going around with a little bit of black acrylic paint, and then obviously lots of sanding and polishing and checking and making sure we're all good before we got into the paint stage on that one. So that is up with you today as well. And then obviously this is what we're doing right now. I won't click on it because we'll get a terrible echo and feedback. Okay, so that's literally what we've had up with you today and this week. So say if you want to catch up with any of the shows, I know YouTube, it's on there as well, but it can be a little bit finicky. But if you want to go over to the Flooring Model site, you can see them in chronological order on there like that.
I was going to say the Enterprise, just like this show, seamless.
Yes. If only we were. So yes. Anyway, they are all up there. If you want to go back any point and see any of the shows, you can just click through the actual, go to the vlog page up here, look, and you've got them all in there, everything that we do. Okay, you can catch them all on there as you make your way through. So cool.
Brilliant.
And PM has been very busy this week with new arrivals coming in and doing things. Haven't you, Andy?
Yes. Today I've been invoicing lots of people with Harriers, which we've had in. Harrier GR13s and the AV8s have all been invoiced. Also, the Tiger Moss have all been invoiced as well. And if you've ordered multiples, I've bunched them together. So save on postage because they'll get them all into one box. So 2 into 1 box, we hope.
Very good.
They'll get in there.
Yeah.
We'll manage it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah. Shoehorn them all in. One little bit of information I was sent earlier, which I don't know. I probably just last to the party on this, and I forgot because I've been a bit busy this morning. I was going to send it over to the guys in an email thing here, but I was sent some details on, which I thought was a little bit interesting. This is the new Junkers 34 in 48 scale, which I don't think I can get it up on the screen from here, but it is from Micromere. Have you heard about this one?
Oh, it's a Junkers 34.
Yeah, is it? It's like well, it's one of them type things.
Right.
So yes,
like a single engine.
It's like a single engine version of the triplane 52, isn't it?
Oh, I've got one of them by MPM, I think, or something like that, or special. Something I've got one up on the stash.
Yes,
I know what you mean now.
But I thought for you guys, obviously with the Luftwaffe type things and everything else like that, but it looked quite very nice, to be honest.
And that's got 48th, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's cool.
Yeah, it's only in CAD at the moment. But
right. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But you know, if you like your corrugated wings,
yeah,
definitely. So
yeah, how many people? If you get when we're thinking model show, we say that's a funny looking Ju-52.
yeah, it's missing 2 engines.
Where's its engine? You've the engines off it.
This is the budget version.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So yes.
All right, that actually.
Yeah, I got sent it yesterday, and I forgot to send it over to you guys. I sent it over afterwards, and I thought, oh, that's quite interesting.
It's definitely one for Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, good job. Hello to everybody in chat. Congratulations to everybody who's made it and skived off work or furloughed to be here this afternoon. So yes, good job all in there.
Trevor says, weather report, snow on high grounds tomorrow in Suffolk. Didn't think there was any high ground in Suffolk.
Well, you might have a small hill or something. I don't know.
Very top of tall trees.
Yes.
Yeah, like the Norfolk Mountaineering Association.
Yeah.
I remember coming back from a particularly notorious weekend we all had in Norfolk that time, wasn't it? Or that neck of the woods, and I was driving back, and my car was doing 85 to the gallon because there's no hills. It's not used to it because it's just so flat. If you didn't have to stop at junctions, it was like perfect for the car because it was it. You live around here, and literally you can't go 10 feet without finding a hill. So you're either going up or down something. So it's
Yeah.
So cool job on that one. Sorry, is it not Adams? Abrams? I don't know. Whatever his name is.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams, innit?
I don't know him very well. He's not a friend.
No.
So, anyway, as I say, a little bit informal show. At the end of the show, we have got, though, your reveals from the movie group build.
Yeah.
As I said on yesterday's show, obviously, the medals aren't going to be for a couple of months because they're not open to be able to make them for us and to do the engraving and all the rest of it. But as soon as they are, I will be in contact for your addresses. Don't send them yet. Otherwise, they will get lost. So, yes.
Just a quick in YouTube chat. Adam says, is shipping to Channel Islands unaffected?
Yeah, because it's part of the UK, isn't it?
Yeah, so you're fine, Adam.
Well, saying that, Northern Ireland's part of the UK, but that's a problem, which is a bit bizarre. But no, the Channel Islands is fine, as far as I know anyway. I've not been told any different.
It's because of the borderless border to Northern Ireland in the middle of the sea.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh dear, Christian's bored at work in Switzerland.
No.
Oh dear.
And Sean says, any advice on mottling with an airbrush? Working on a BF109, never did anything before. Any mottling before?
Well, we've all done it. How do we do it? What's your chosen way?
I just do it try not to do it all in one go. Just keep doing bits, move on to another bit, keep doing, and just keep moving and going over it again to build it up rather than trying to get the thickness all in one go. Otherwise, you end up with it going. Yeah, it goes too much. Just keep going over it, and just remember. I mean, obviously, your base blue. We are at work, Gordon. This is work. Obviously, the base blue, which you'll probably be going over, you can go back over that again just to fill in and touch up again if you want to. Yeah, it's not all one shot. You can use your mottling colours and then go in with the RLM 76, is it?
Yeah, 76.
Again, to touch it up if you want to. Just keep going at it.
Best thing, do you know what? When people ask, I think when asked mottling, it's really hard to explain. It's one of them that's easier to show how to do it than it is to explain how to do it, isn't it? Because it's all about air pressure, paint thickness.
Yeah.
How proficient you are, I'd say, with an airbrush as well. You're confident with an airbrush to do it. There's a lot of variables with it. It's one of them to practice on something that's not your model, I think.
I know you can get the mottling masks, which we'll talk about, but I think it looks better without the mottling masks, and probably easier to do, more natural to do than by hand than trying to use a mask.
Yeah, I'm not thinking with a mask. It weren't done with a mask when they did them in real life. So
do you know what? This is what I was going to chirp in and say. At the end of the day, I think people worry about them being neat because the reality is they weren't. If you look at period photos, they're all over the place.
Proper mess.
They are messy. So if you get a little bit and it's not quite right and it's a bit wonky, honestly, that's how they work. So I always say it's just down to is to say, getting good control of your airbrush before you commit. You know, you're into that thing where you've got total trust in your airbrush. So when you do go for doing it, it's not going to cough and splutter and, you know, put a big spray on there. So your flow is really nice. But again, it's just down to learning your air pressure. So you can turn your air pressure right down, you get nice and close, and you can just build it up. And I always do that thing of sort of doing lots of little circles, and you're sort of going around, and then you make your blotches. And like I've done on that one, it's just going around making blotches. But don't be frightened to think, I'll go back afterwards and tidy it up. So you can go back in with that original, like the blue-grey on there, and just go in between and just fade it in and all the rest of it. And to be honest, that one there, being a 262, it would have been late war. As far as I'm concerned, they would have made a right hash of that because they weren't going to be worried about it at all. So it's not perhaps like some of the earlier war ones when they spent a bit of time on it, you know. But yeah, it's like there's that one. And then obviously we did the... the 190 on the tail, I think we did mottling on there.
It says, what needle size would you use? I mean, needle size doesn't really matter as long as you're controlling your paint flow and your air pressure. But I mean, obviously, if you've got a smaller size needle you've got, then you go for smaller size. But as long as you're controlling what's coming out of it by your trigger and your air pressure and the thickness of your paint, you should be, should be fine.
Yeah, again, I think that is an important point to make, that don't be under that sort of misconception where the smaller the needle will be the tighter the pattern you do. Because as soon as I think you get below 0.2 mil, it's getting very difficult, especially if you're using like Valleos and true acrylics, because they like a little bit of room to be able to go. So if you over thin them to get them through that needle, it's going to be quite difficult to put it on there. So like I always say is that if you're going down to sort of 0.159 needle sizes and smaller, you might think that's going to be a lovely tight line, but that's more for inks. That's more for artists who are then actually spraying inks through it rather than acrylic medium, which has got pigment and stuff that it needs to get out of that small little gap and stuff like that. So, but again, my biggest thing is don't worry about it being neat. I think people really do get caught up about the neatness of it, and really it doesn't have to be that neat.
Yes, I totally agree, to be honest. I think there's a... Dave Paul, good afternoon, team and chat. Could you give me any tips spraying a 144... Oh, God. Jump in, stop typing. A38 with either a spray can or airbrush, as it's a big lump and not sure of the way to go. Thanks. So, spray can or airbrush for A380, because that is a big thing in 1144, but that's massive, isn't it? Get the appliance right out.
Yeah.
So the only thing you have when you're using a can, isn't it? Especially if you're using like a car size can, is flooding it.
Flooding
you know,
it,
you literally have it dripping off your model. So in some ways, I always like if I can, but you're into that realms like I've done last year, doing the really big stuff. Like the B52 is so big, trying to do it in the spray booth, you're out here trying to, you know, get it in there. So you do often think it'd be easy with a can just to put a coat over it. But my risk is flooding. So when I do a lot of the sci-fi stuff, I still maintain it's probably better with an airbrush, break it up into sections. So I don't know, maybe prime with a obviously rattle cam just to get the primer down onto it, and then we're actually putting on the coat because you've got a little bit more control over it. But that's me as well. I'm not that good with a can, if I'm honest. I tend to flood it, and then it's very difficult to come back once you made a complete flood of it, and it looks like a gloss ball.
I think the problem is though when you've got something sort of that big in that scale, because it's going to be gloss white base, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, when you were doing your B52, it's quite a matte plane, so you haven't got to worry about the gloss side of it. Do you know what I mean? So I think when you're getting to that big, you need to keep the gloss.
Yes.
So you either go over it with a flat white, and then whatever other colours it is, and gloss it.
Yeah.
Which is probably the way I'd go, to be honest. Or like you say, you do your gloss white and then mask it off and all that. But I think, I don't know, it's not building airliners it's a bit of an hard one for me to answer, to be honest. I know.
If I was using a can, I'd be doing it outside, and so I'd be waiting another 6 months before I attempted to do it, to be honest with you. But
yeah. Again, like Les has put up like a white primer underneath, and then smooth that off with like an LP2 gloss white, which is I think Ian's just put some. He's painted a 72nd B707 in Elford's Appliance White from the can, and pleased with the results. I think if you're thinking with a can, you can get a decent finish. You've just got to be like a bit patient, don't you?
Yeah. Thin light coats.
Yeah, I think the best thing is though with a can, you've got a wider fan, and that's where your airbrush is going to let you down really, because it's obviously, unless you're going up to a 0.6 needle, you're going to have quite a narrow. Even if you wind the needle back out and everything, you're going to have quite a narrow sort of fan. And also is obviously the size of your paint cup is going to be limited, and if the size of the aircraft is big, you're going to be refilling every 2 minutes.
To be honest, when I did the BC10, classic example that is that I made up a big batch and kept filling up, and I wish I had a bigger colour cut, because obviously when you're doing something that big, the things like this, and you're like boofing down grey paint on there, and it was like filling up every 2 seconds. When you've only got like a 5mm colour cut, it did go on for a long time trying to sort that out. But
and again, you've got the problem of it's gloss and not matte, where again you're just going to get overspray, so it's going to be either rough or it's going to go semi matte, because it's not going to eat in, because your first coat's kind of drying off. You can't get that overlap like you want a wet coat. So I suppose the other thing you kind of just come up with an idea actually, and if you can get, because this stuff good. The gloss one. No, that is do the matte coat, do it in matte white, and then all your other colours, and then actually gloss it with a can, and they're brilliant. The fan on them, and it is obviously, I presume it's GX100 in it or something, and you can get a nice even finish. It's quite a nice, and I think Tamiya do theirs, and and go that route for glossing. But that's a quick and easy way of glossing, to be honest. Shame we can't sell aerosols, because I think we'd sell loads of them.
Yeah, trying to ship aerosols,
Yeah, the trouble is, it's going to be, the posting of an aerosol will probably be more than the cost of the aerosol, because they've got to go buy a courier who's licensed to obviously carry stuff like this. But yeah.
Adam in YouTube chat says, as a hand painter, what's the best primer to use? Spray or spray can or pot? What do you recommend? I'd use Tamiya spray. I would.
Yeah, I must admit the Tamiya white and grey ones, that is really good stuff.
Yeah.
Look what you could have.
Yeah. Look what we could sell you if we could paint. This stuff is brilliant. That's
I love that.
This stuff goes on. You can flood it and it won't run. It just levels itself out. It's brilliant. You think, oh God, I've lost all my detail, and then it just miraculously reappears, and it's uber flat, and it's amazing.
And to be honest, the white version, because they do that in white and grey, don't they? That white one you can get away as a white coat.
Yeah.
So many a time I've done it. I've used that as the white finish. In fact, I did it on the when I worked on the helicopter, that Coast Guard helicopter. All the white is primer, because I primed the entire thing because it's orange.
Yeah.
Primed it all in the white and just masked it off, and then by the time it's got a gloss coat over the top of it, it looks absolutely mint. It is very nice job on that one.
Again, new the Mr. Hobby primers, because they do different colours. They do mahogany and primer red and grey, and kind of same, a bit more variant on the surface primer from Tamiya, and they're really good as well. Really good and hard primers, because that's the other thing as well. They dry, you ain't getting them off.
Yeah.
You won't strip them off. Nothing touches them unless you're sort of either sanding them off, or you're going to melt your thing by putting proper paint stripper on them, if that makes, you know what I mean. Mr. Muscle and that won't touch it.
No.
So Steve's put Hellcat 1/72 framework. What size styrene to use, as he wants to show it exposed? Oh Jesus. Whoa. Thin.
To be honest, when I did it, like obviously when I exposed the Typhoon, when I did that one and had it, all I did was got the calipers out and measured the ones that already you could see. And then, yeah, that's what it was. And then obviously got styrene to that thickness and made up my formers and the bits and pieces of that one. I just go for one. So if you can find a mould of one that would be a former into it, just get the calipers on that and go for that.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some.
70 seconds can be minute, isn't it?
Like, I don't know if you can see it on there, but probably what
the book. Hold on, let me check the first.
There's evergreen do all different sort of strips, don't they? I don't know. Let me just see if Notebook's on.
No, this hasn't got internals and the spars. Sometimes they have the drawings for the spars.
They're red on. There you go. There's some evergreen here. I don't know if that's thin enough or too thick, to be honest, but it's quite thin, and I presume you can go thinner. Or I suppose the other thing is actually get some really thin plastic card and cut your own, isn't it?
Yeah.
And to just cut your strips. I presume you want that really thin, flexible stuff so you can bend it to conform it into shape of the framing. Don't know. Not my thing, scratch building.
I was going to say, I have to say, because we're on about Hellcat here, aren't we? Did we say Hellcat?
Yeah.
Is this book here by Richard Franks? It's great because you've got all the drawings, mechanical drawings inside it. I'll tell you what, put the over it. I might help. Hold on. So yeah, as you can see, you've got all the mechanical drawings. So it gives you a rough idea. And obviously, if you are planning on exposing and stuff, you can see exactly how it goes completely. So, and you've got all the, if you are planning on doing like wing spars, and obviously we've got control surfaces, and then even if you wanted to go really into it, you've got everything in this book. So I have to say, I highly, highly recommend it, because literally it is a blow-by-blow account of every bit.
Oh God, that's very in detail.
Yeah, you can't beat Richard's books. He does do, I have to say, a fantastic job on these. So right the way down to your gear assembly, all of that, the tail hook system. But as I say, even the tail wheel. So if you are planning on exposing stuff, that's what you want to look at. You've even got the fuel systems and the bomb racks and you name it. It's got everything on it, you know.
If you said a spar was, say, 2 inches across, that's going to be 1/36 of an inch in real scale, isn't it? At 7-second scale.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So 1/36 of an inch in millimeters is...
Yes, that's the one you want.
Tiny.
Very good. If it's got an IBAN number, because somebody's bound to ask me, what's the IBAN number? Don't know.
Phil, what's the IBAN number?
I don't know, but somebody's bound to ask me, and I have no idea. So it's what I always get asked. And yes. There you go. You enjoy watching me modelling? Look, that's how I do it. It's really boring to watch.
It depends if you find that sort of thing relaxing. That styrene sheeting stuff I'd got was square, not round.
Question here. Just about to start priming a model, and I've dropped it. Picked it up with a load of dust. But when I wipe it down, it draws dust again. How do I get rid of static charge?
Anti-static wipe. Okay.
Yeah.
Or anti-static brush.
Yeah, anti-static brush once it's dry, completely dry. If you've got a bit, I take it you've dropped it and got a bit stuck to it as well. So I would literally, we've all been there, is let it completely dry overnight. And then I would just give it a light sand everywhere, just get all the hairs off of it and all the rest of it completely, right the way over. And then again, anti-static wipes or a brush, anti-static brush, give it a wipe all over it, get all the dust off of it again, and just give it a light prime right the way over.
Yep.
What's the best? Oh, Andy's done that one. Greetings from Spain again. Another question about the F4 FGR2. Is it real to put 6 snib pods on the tier and 3 Skyflash and the recce pod? Oh, there's lots of pictures with them with 3s on there. If they ever carried it normally, I'm not sure, because that's a lot. Maybe they might just carry twins on each side. They would definitely always carry something in the forward. Normally, was it the forward port side areas, because the Phantom centre of gravity, it needs to have something at the front. So they used to carry a blue one, which is actually just full of concrete. So it'd be a Sparrow, concrete Sparrow, because apparently it's the centre of gravity and all the rest of it. Which I always wondered, if you went into battle and fired them all, what happens then?
Run away.
He's got no weapons. He's gone Winchester. How does that work? But anyway, but yes, I'm not sure if they carried 3. They are capable of carrying 3s, because to be honest, I had one of my models with it back in the day. Do you remember when I did that Phantom? Here it is. So that's the loadout I used on this one. This is the quick build, which we did. A one-day build. The Matchbox kit from back in the day. But I put, as you can see, wrong way. Your wrist don't bend that way. As you can see, I've got 3 on there. And then I did the 4. So they do, because mine's got it. If they carried them like that all the time, I'm not sure. But I've got a little stand for it, and it sits on a stand and does it. Great kit. The decals were fine after how many years? We say that kit was 35 years old?
Yeah. 35, 40-year-old, isn't it?
And the decals worked perfectly.
Chris in YouTube chat says, watching you on TV and currently doing battle with the RFM Stum Tiger. Questions like answered. How do you use washable dust, Matt?
Washable dust?
I imagine it means an enamel.
Yeah, but they do an acrylic one, don't they? If he puts up which one he's using, I can perhaps answer the question. Is it the acrylic one or an enamel one?
Wait for the day.
Because literally, if it is the acrylic one, you put it on and wet your brush and wash it off. It is as easy as that.
Mustang 59 says, Ella from France, do you think Wingnut Wings can revive under a brand like Meng?
It's definitely, when Meng did the triplane, it's lost its edge, shall we say.
Aura. Do you think
it's lost its aura. It's not even, the plastic isn't as nice as when, obviously we know that Meng used to be their injection molding company, but they obviously used a higher quality or whatever it was, but there's something that's just not still there. The instructions are definitely not as good. But they have lost that sort of romance about a Wingnut Wings kit, knowing that you've got something really nice with it. But Meng's cheaper. So you've got that price version, haven't you? So
Zoran's from Serbia, not Spain.
Oh, sorry.
You say Spain.
Sorry. It moves a lot.
Yeah, it jumps.
Hi crew, I'm currently building a 32nd scale Hawker Tempest. What size masking tape should I use for the D-Day invasion stripes?
I always think 18mm for 6 for 72nd, 10 for 48th, and 18 for
32nd.
32nd.
What did I use on my 24th scale? I thought I used 18mm on my 24th scale.
I think you did. Oh, you might have done, actually, thinking about that.
It's only, I'm trying to remember that far back now, but I don't know.
So what you're saying, 14mm?
I don't know. There was a little chart up there, wasn't it? The people did it for what it worked out in the different scales.
Yeah, roughly. Don't forget, it weren't an exact science putting them on, was it? Andy's having a look. Dictionary Corner's on it.
Dictionary Corner is on it. Here we go.
And he'll find 50 different answers to this.
So for people who are watching that window there, it's now got the second colour going on, because the mottling on this one was two-tone mottling.
Was it?
Yeah, it was green and brown. I've only just noticed this myself on the bigger screen. I'm looking over there at it thinking, why is that brown? But yeah, I remember now, it had two-tone mottling.
To say that's a old build now, isn't it?
It is.
The invasion stripes officially were 18 inches or 46 centimetres.
Right.
Yeah,
So if you can all get a conversion chart and work out 46 centimetres into. Let's have a quick look.
Hey, what's going on
Gordon
here,
says,
then?
how can there be Matchbox kits still kicking around all this time? Because sad people like me has got a few. And Matt has.
Yeah, I've actually got a couple of Matchbox
We like
kits.
Matchbox. We were discussing this on last night's show, saying, you know.
There you go. No, it's not Matchbox. It's the new Airfix one. Great kit, actually. It's really nice. Really well designed. Just make sure if you're building it, you use the link and length tracks and not the moulded on tracks to the wheels, because they're the wrong tracks for a Firefly.
Yeah.
And it don't need its coaxial machine gun either, because it didn't have them on a Firefly either, even though it's on the box. So
The actual proper width would have been 14.3 centimetres.
So what's that work out in 30 seconds then?
That is in 10 seconds.
Oh,
In 30 seconds, sorry.
Is what?
14.3 centimetres. Centimetres?
That's why I was querying that one.
Millimetres, sorry.
Right, okay. That's more like it.
56 centimetres.
So, just before this all sort of loses in our chat, the Matchbox thing we were on about yesterday seems to have got a lot of interest. To say the least. Seriously, it's got a lot of interest. And have we reached a decision on having a Matchbox March buddy build?
I'm ready.
I ain't got my idea, but I'll be
When
ready.
do we start?
Yeah, now if you want.
That's it. It's the future.
Go back to Matchbox.
That's it. I think we should, as a company, buy all the old Matchbox moulds and do them.
So we make Rebel an offer and buy all the moulds.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. We want to buy all the Matchbox stuff back, please, and rebrand the company and start it again. Just using all the old stuff. We won't do any brand new tooling. We're just going to redo the old stuff.
Yeah. So we would turn into Rebel.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're going to build one, which one would it be?
Yes. Yeah, we wouldn't call ourselves Rebel. We'd call ourselves Rival.
Rival. Yeah.
It would be back to the old Pro Modern days. They'd be after me again for copying them.
Well, you just like upsetting them, don't you? So which one of them Matchbox kits would you build?
Who, me?
Yeah. If, you know, which would be priority build? Because I know
to be honest, I'd probably have a go at the. I don't know. You see, I'll probably do the Tempest.
And which version?
I wouldn't do the new one. I wouldn't do the what's that? The Mark II. I'll just do the original Mark IV. Yeah, the proper one, the one that doesn't look like a.
Just put your overhead on, Phil. Show the box art again. There's a nice box art on that one. Look at that. Classic Airfix.
Yeah.
And then flip it over.
You would have to do that one because this one looks like the Sea Fury, doesn't it?
It does actually, yeah.
To be honest, from a glance, you wouldn't think it was. You'd say it's the Sea
Yeah.
Fury. But yeah, you got your classic up there. Look at that.
I was supposed to say the best thing is the little window in the box to see.
Yeah, so you could see what you're going to get. See what colour styrene it was going to be.
And what's that? P40.
Look, so we have a look in here. Look.
Ooh.
Look at that.
No
Nice
need to
brown.
paint it. Ready coloured.
Yeah. Oh no, I've got a problem.
You've got no play parts, have you?
No, I'm
That's
missing a
Tony.
wing.
Oh, wing
Tony
mixing.
said it's millimetres when I said it's 14 centimetres. 14 centimetres would be
Yeah, be a bit
big
wide.
for 30-second aircraft, wouldn't it?
Oh no, all right, hold on. It's okay. Found it.
He's found the wing.
Found the wing. We're okay. So look, that nice colour.
Lovely.
You don't even have to paint it. It's pre-coloured. There you go. That's a
So
nice.
my bug thing is been buying second-hand you know, when I've bought second-hand Matchbox kits, they always seem to have the clear parts missing.
No, I'm all right with that one. I've lucked out there clearly. But look, you get the little stand.
Yeah. So you can do
The
it in
decals
plant.
might be a bit iffy on this one compared to the last one.
Yeah, you can save them.
Ah, they'll be all right. They're like industrial. They're the cockroaches of the decal world, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they're not being funny. These are the ones that came out the kit for this, and they went on absolutely beautifully. No problems at all.
Mm.
I was amazed they went on all right. So, yes. Look,
Yes.
instructions are a little basic, shall we say.
Yeah, but they do the job, don't they?
That's it. All you need.
Yeah, Ali's just put, what's the price of Matchbox kits double on Fleabay? Probably.
Well, this one was 49p back in the day.
49p.
See?
I think James has had the same problem as me, missing clear parts.
Yeah.
Stop trying. I've got 2 of them DO18s, Nigel, on the build. I've had to buy 2 to make a good one because some have got like the struts missing, one have got clear parts missing. Yeah, so
I said to him, "Why has he got 2?" Yeah, so it's missing out of one.
yeah.
Yeah. Saw the kids in the shops nicking bits out of the spruce.
Just because of how old they are, and it stuff falls off them, and because they're end opening boxes, they're not the most sturdy box. They fall out, don't they? So I think it was the strand rods as well, because I had 2 strand rods that I auctioned last year before, and I had to have 2 of them because of something missing on one of them.
But didn't we do this one as a Matchbox build? Because that's what I did this one for, wasn't it? Was it last year, year before? I can't remember now.
No, it weren't last year before that.
I'm sure we did it as a bit of a fun weekend.
Yeah, you did it as a one-day build, didn't you?
Yeah. He's all right. Good stuff. See? Classics.
Good,
Derek says, just counted, he's got 14 Matchbox 72nd aircraft.
Yeah,
He's only missing the canopy off Alfred yet.
I say I ain't got the catalogue here. I don't think it's back at work. I think. I'll have a look. I might still have it here.
Hey, no, Peter, they're not all raised panel lines. Bantam's not. Bantam's recessed.
The trenches.
They are a little bit wider than today, but, you know, they're actually all right. But not all of the kits. Some of the kits, obviously, clearly are raised panel lines, but some of them are actually recessed.
I don't think they're here. I've got an old Apex one. That's slightly worrying, to be honest.
Yeah,
Peter said Airfix. So, Peter said Airfix should copy the Matchbox armour diorama concept. Talked about that before.
About this. We've actually discussed this with Pranjit. So we're waiting for it to do it.
It should be resurrected.
Yeah, even if it's a little VAT form base or something, it'd be cheap to do.
Oh yeah, look, right, take that, right? That won't be hard to actually resurrect as a little base for it, would it?
We have spoken to them and told them they need to do it. So when they do it, we will claim it was our idea.
Yeah, and get
like doing a Vulcan. So I'm claiming that.
We need royalties.
This is it. Where were we? I was just reading. What was that one that I just read? About the Victor tanker. Do you remember that used to go the Matchbox one, which was then reboxed by Revell?
Yeah.
They used to go for absolute incredible. They'd go for around £100, and this was in the 90s. So, you know, it used to be the thing where people would hold on to them and drop them into eBay just when there was nobody else had one up there. And then you'd be really disappointed if somebody else put theirs up at the same time. You'd be like, Jesus Christ, you know. But they were going for absolutely stupid money back in the day.
They were.
Neil says, why is it seeming easier to do raised panel lines than it is recess? It's because if you think about it, the moulds are reverse of what the actual product is. It's easier to scribe a line on it in a mould than it is to make a raised part in a mould. Nowadays, it's all done with machines, but back in the day, they used to cut them out themselves, didn't they?
Yeah, they were hand done. You get actually the moulds were done by hand. It was like, my God, that's why they weren't literally as they are.
You know, hey, have you seen Grey comment? Look, I love the stands in the shape of an M. I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I did know that. They always had the M
Yeah, I
stand.
know.
Yeah.
You know what? For how many? I never even clicked. It was an M for a
I
Mac.
don't know what I've done with the stand for it. For that Phantom, I put it somewhere safe.
Yeah.
M for a Matchbox, and it's a V for Airfix.
Yeah.
You thought they'd done it an A, wouldn't you? So like you just.
I suppose the old Airfix ones was a kind of an A, capital A.
Yeah, but it didn't have the middle bit on it, does it?
No, but how it was, you could.
Yeah.
You could imagine it being an A.
I thought it was more the shape of an angel. You know, what was Angel Interceptors like?
Yes.
Symbol. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. There you go. What about frog ones? Was that an F?
I don't know the frog ones. I can't remember actually the frog ones having a stand.
That's what I'm trying to get at. It looks like a Star Trek badge. That was it. From James, yeah, that was it. Now what we're looking at? Part 2.
No, this is part 11. We're up to now.
Bargain, that's inflation, Phil. 172 Nordic Tempest is $16.99 on sale today.
Is it? It's 49p on my box.
There you go.
Is she doing an Eddard job on your decals?
Yeah, we were. We've weathered them in on this one, so we actually hit it with enamel thinners, and then we actually started sanding it to give it that nice, genuine, absolutely buggered look.
Oh, right.
Yes, don't forget we went for quite heavy weathering under here.
Yeah.
Oh, let me move that a little bit more.
Apparently the dogfight double stands were an A.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Are
they on the new one?
Go on, sorry, mate.
It's all right. I was saying, are the new dogfight double ones, they stands there, not an A, are they, or anything? I think they just...
It's like a blob now with arms coming off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not as great, is it? Frog stands were round, I remember them now, with a long arm and posable joint at the end. Yeah.
Like I say, if ever you want to see that 262, if ever we're allowed to ever, it's at the PM store.
Well, Nathan can show it. It's in his garage.
Oh, is it? No, Nathan,
Nathan's got this one. He parts it around the shows, didn't he? For me.
Yeah, I thought it was in one of the boxes we got upstairs.
No, we've got the 190, haven't we?
You've got the 190, which you daren't move because it's going to break.
And the Transall.
The
Transall, isn't he? So.
Yeah.
Oh, Barry Sheen's Suzuki RGA 500 is very expensive from Matchbox. Remember that?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
112.
This is obviously in this is in dollars. $170. I know.
Is that the one where it comes with him stood at the side of it, holding on to the?
I think he's riding it. I think he's like the one with banking it. I think, you know. Don't know.
What's our plan of action for the Bolton show? Will we be doing a build along like a turkey shoot?
Yeah.
Basically, yes. It'll be a glorified type turkey shoot type thing, but there's no prizes, there's no nothing. It's just join us for a fun weekend.
Why don't we do a Matchbox kit for that?
Could do. Matchbox weekend next weekend.
Don't sound too committed, eh?
I'm just thinking of my build schedule at the moment as we speak is a bit hectic. But yes, no, I could do that. That's not a problem.
I was thinking where I'm going to get a Matchbox kit from.
Well, I can sell you one at the shop.
Where Tammy will do instead.
No, got to be Matchbox. Got to be Matchbox, or we can't come on. That's the rules. So, hey, listen to this though. John's got that bloody Hayford, isn't he? That's all he's got.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's a fun weekend build for him.
Yeah, he's gonna love that. But yeah, no, I think that's probably going to be a little bit for everybody else because the people say they haven't got Matchbox kits. No, so we'll be doing a build along weekend like we normally do. So obviously the plan of action literally is we'll start Saturday morning at about 9ish, something like that. And then we'll run through till lunchtime. We'll have a break for lunch. We'll be back in the afternoon, 2 till 4 or something, or 2 till 5. And then in the evening, we've got our quiz night.
Quiz night.
So that'll be Saturday night, and then we'll be back with you on the Sunday again. So,
yeah.
We're going to have some special offers and discounts.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll just have a laugh, won't we? Just be fun.
Yes.
Could even do a spot auction with a thing or two.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about mine. I'm talking about.
I'm talking about Phil's, to be honest.
What?
Nothing. You mind your own business. You carry on what you're doing. Just Phil, put your other camera on.
Which one?
The one that faces the, your built kits.
Oh, what, this one?
That's the
You just
one.
want to see what you can sell off.
And
Yes,
screenshot
look.
it. Screenshot that so we can see what's in the stash. Can you just shift that monitor out of the way? It's
Yeah,
blocking
no, don't look. Sod off. Look, I've got this.
Down there. He's got a 30-second F18.
Look, I've got that box there, which is actually full of everything. Look what you can win. We got one of them.
I thought
You know that thing, where was it, Cracker Jack, where they were doing handfuls to the kids? We could
Yeah, it was.
that.
Yes, you can.
Look, you were going to build this one, weren't you?
I like that, to be honest. I've got you out that.
I've got stuff you probably forgot. I've still got down here.
Everything's for sale. Somebody wants it.
Yeah, look, we've got challengers in there. I've got warriors in there. We've got 109s.
109.
Yeah, look, we've got them all in here.
Yeah, shall we have a little auction now? See if anybody wants those. Get it out, Phil. Let's auction it.
See, look, we've got challengers.
Challenger, yeah.
Got those sections of Lancasters.
Oh God, I forgot you had that. Yeah.
Look, we've still got peacemakers.
Right, yeah.
Oh look, I've got your matador there. That's got to come up to you yet.
Yeah, you can't. That's not going.
Sell that. But yeah, we've got the warrior.
The warrior, yeah.
Got the metro.
Oh, right, yeah. Cool.
Spitfire.
Little one, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got more kits than we've got in the shop.
Yeah, I was going to say I've got more. I've got half the stock here. I've got that comet.
The little
I've got
vessel.
the mouse. And then in there still, I've got that Panzer IV, which actually got to go to Airfix, isn't it? I think still waiting for address on that. I've got a Hercules, and I've got. Oh, you've just done that one. Yes, there you go. That's about it. Some figures.
Gordon says he'll take your seat if you're selling it, Phil.
What, my seat? Christ, have you seen it? It's covered in paint. Wouldn't want that. Trust me.
It's got patina.
Yeah, is that what you call it? It's covered in paint these days. So, yeah.
30 quid for the metro.
Hey, somebody wants the metro?
Rob said 30 quid for the metro.
Do you want to buy it?
Yeah.
I have to speak to my esteemed colleague for sales.
Rob says 20 quid the lot.
So we've got that. Still got a load more because there's more kits up there. Look. Yes.
Yeah, there is a few in there. Your stash is getting bigger again. I think we need to cull it.
Oh, is that it? Is it getting out of hand?
What's all them trumpet kits?
Which trumpet kits?
Next to the... Turn to your left. Or my left.
Your
Yeah.
left? What, that way?
No, the other way. There. Yeah, there they
Yeah,
are.
that's the ones you keep wanting me to get under. But as I say, I've got various stuff under there. So I've got the F-16 and the MiG on it. But yes. Got my Airfix and some trunk for you in there. But that's that A4, SU-24, the A1. So
I tell you what, Phil, your room's a tip, mate. I think
it is. You should see it on this side. It's even worse over that side. Look.
It's proper compost corner.
Compost corner. I know it needs a bit of a tidy, but
Gordon says, is the camera on top of the monitor very expensive?
Well, that one, yes, very. Don't ask. It's horrendous.
We can't have it yet, and we're not allowed it yet.
That's the nice one that you can see from me here. Yeah.
A few years before we get that one in the shop, Matt.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's doing very well. It's now got to be over 5 years old, but it was 1,800 quid new. So.
Get what you pay for, though, don't you?
Yes.
Robert says his general stash is only 46 kits. That's a nice size, I think.
I think that's a good size.
That's a good size, yeah.
Yeah,
It's not what I've got in my stash. I would love to build, but will I ever get around to it? Probably not.
I'd say mine was probably 346.
Mine's actually grown. My stash has grown again for some reason, which is.
Well, do you remember last year I had a massive cull? I literally had no stash whatsoever because we sold it all. And over the course of this sort of last 18 months and with the lockdown, it's grown again. It just happens. It's like moss growing. It just gets there.
That's the problem I have, is they're everywhere.
And it's the problem when you got new releases, because it's just, I like that. I might have one. 60 quid, Rob. What for?
We still on about the Metro?
I don't know. If he wants it 60 quid, he can have it for 60 quid. Oh, God.
Yeah, we're doing a masterclass in weathering black now. Ooh.
Is that grime wash?
I don't know. It looks like grime, to be honest.
I think that it does look grime.
I'm just wondering if grime was available when I did that kit, though. So it may be a mix. If it wasn't, it would have been a mix.
That's not that old a build.
Yeah, I think we only had the grime out for the last 5 years, though.
Well, that's about 3 years ago, that is, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's not that long ago.
Oh, right, that would be grime then, probably in there. Maybe with a bit of grey mixed in.
Neil says, Andy Matt, can we do a prize draw to do a supermarket sweep for Phil's stash?
I used to have, literally, many years ago, a lovely stash because I had quite a collection of Tamiya and I had, obviously, a nice collection of Ed Art and stuff like that. But I think you have that sort of reality check that, really, am I ever? No. So that's why I ended up getting rid of it all.
The thing is, as well, you're kind of tied into what you build on the videos, aren't you?
What I'm allowed to build.
Yeah, basically what an hour take you can build. So it's a bit pointless having a stash because, you know, you've had it where you get new releases. Oh, I like to build that, and everything then gets pushed backwards. And you know, it's like the Arm Hurricane, isn't it? The new kit, and you built that, and I presume there was others last year that you. And then with this year, it's like the Osprey. You'd build the Osprey if you didn't have your schedule all planned out. Yeah,
if I didn't have my schedule sort of this definitely this first quarter, then I would do the Osprey in a heartbeat. But yes.
Peter says, can Matt and Rob Gordon says, can Matt and Andy give us a tour of their rooms now too?
Yeah, we can have a tour of mine. I'll have to just
hold on. Hold on. I tell you what, the camera angle's all slightly moved. Hold on, let me adjust your camera a little bit.
You can look up my nose if you want.
Well, so that's what I'm trying to avoid.
What, looking up my nose?
Yeah.
So there's obviously the paints that I've got in here, some of them. And then under here is the bin and just stuff.
Yeah.
That's like the spray bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, hold on. That's better in it.
And then is that safe above your spray hood, or is it about to fall off?
What, that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clamped on.
Oh, yeah, it's bending a bit.
Yeah, because of the weight, because it's not the best clamp, look, can you see?
Oh, I see, yeah.
It's clamped to the handle.
Got you.
But actually it does work because you get the light in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then under here is obviously the compressor oil compressor, and that's just general bits and bobs. Primers and rubbish. That in there is an old IKEA thing full of paints, and that's the Umbro at the bottom, pigments and stuff, oil paints in that one. That's got odds and sods of LPs and decal solutions and all that. That one's tools, that one's airbrush stuff. Then obviously this is the bit of Shelf of Doom. And then here is my bookcase, which is actually going. I'm having a massive cull of magazines. I'll keep the good books, and some of them are going to go because it's just taking up space that I could do with in here, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's it, really. And then, the under there, look, if you can see, is kind of half-started kits and just boxes and
a head.
More paint. That's like, hold on, this is where I break something. These extra acrylics and guns are in there.
And a head.
And a head. Do you like the head? Yeah. There you go.
So he practices his eyes on.
Yeah. So that's the shed. And then when Andy's up, we'll do a tour. He can do a bit of a shop tour because he can bring his
Hold on, I'll move the camera for Andy, and Andy can do the same. Hold on. Right, hold on, Andy, don't go yet.
If I can get me a needle on. So this is my desk.
Mm-hmm.
Or obviously sit.
Hold on. Let me just work out my camera angles. Hold on. Okay, go.
That's my mucky airbrush filter.
Look, it's like new that.
Clean.
A couple of monitors so I can see what's going on.
20
And then
monitors.
up there I've got a few kits, no, not many. And then in there's more kits and bits and bobs. And then in there's
More kit.
more kits and bits and bobs.
You'll see a theme with Andy's room in a minute.
And then under there, my Bambi compressor, silent Bambi compressor. Yeah, right. And there's more kits and more kits and more kits, and all the kits go. Oh, you can't see, it's too dark, but right behind there. And that's just full of stuffs. And then that's full of
Stuff.
paints. Fair, that is literally rammed full of paints that I don't use. And then also in there, which is full of rubbish, is also full of all my old Vallejos and airbrush parts and stuff.
Could auction them off for you, Andy, get rid of them.
I know, ought to really enter. All my main kits are all in the bedroom.
Andy,
My
show them the
wife's.
landing.
Hey?
Andy, show them the landing.
Landing. Look, I can actually get out there.
That's it.
More out there.
There's the landing. Now, how many of everybody else would get away with that?
Yes.
There must be about 20 kits out there.
Yeah,
I do get told often to shift them, but
You know where to put them, have you? Where's the F-15?
that's downstairs. I've got no, I've got nowhere to put it.
Lift your camera up a bit.
There you go. That's the stash at the moment, basically there.
Oh, look, there's a Land Rover we can sell for him.
No, you're not having me land, you can sod off.
Well,
We've got that.
forgot.
So we've got those. That's those ones.
So what is it? Skyhawk, the old thingy box, is that the fencer box you're still keeping?
Yeah, it's got a load of weapons in that.
Sky Raider and Victor and Valiant. So fair enough.
I've got that HPH Tiger Cat, which is very
Oh, right,
nicely
yeah.
given to me by one of the members.
Yeah.
And then round here we got me belt saw, my scroll saw, pillar saw, and then down in here we got all my paints and drawers full of all my scratch buildy type stuff. So, and here's all my screws and all my fixings and all my. I'm a complete fixing whore. So I love tiny little screws, rub screws, all things like that. So I've literally got thousands and thousands and thousands of them, tiny little things to do for all my scratchy building stuff and all of that. And then, as I say, it's all airbrushy stuff, drill bits and stuff in there. This is paints. So I say drawers of paints, oils, pens, all that type of stuff down in there. And then over here again, it's screwdrivers, small tools.
Can you see me on both views?
No, I could just see you on your phone.
More tools and stuff. Aftermarket. Scratch building. That's just needs tidying rapidly, but as you can see, I never throw away anything. Old sprues and stuff, photo etch, you name it. Yeah, tons of that in there. And then bigger stuff down in there. And then say same thing down at the bottom and all of that. And then around the other side, which is what you never normally see, is obviously the VC10s over there, and it's a bit of a dumping ground, to be honest, at the moment.
Yeah.
So yes, more chairs. The roll of that's got to go back out down the cellar where it normally lives. And as I say, then over here I've got my paint. This is what you guys I watch all on this one, and then we've got it streaming from that one, and then obviously one over there. That's why it all gets a bit off, and then obviously paints and stuff, and then you're back round to where you see us. So, yes, cool.
So can you guys see my paint rack. Can you see?
Yeah, no, we can see, but we've got a bad echo.
What is it? Paint rack.
Yeah, I can see your paint rack and an echo.
Right, give me 2 seconds.
Somebody wants to know what your model of compressor is, Andy.
It's the Bambi.
It's very quiet. My paints are falling off now.
Bambi BB8, it's called.
Yes, I still think you should give him a BB-8 makeover.
Yeah, I know.
The loudest silent compressor you've ever heard. Right, well, your echo's gone now. Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh no, your echo's back. You're a bit laggy, but it's working. Oh.
I'm back on the...
I'm there.
I was going to say, that's good, because Matt's on now. How have you managed that?
I've got a massive head.
How come you put Matt on?
Can you see me again now?
No,
Yeah.
we can see Matt.
How you done that?
How have you done that?
Hey?
Like, seriously, it's come up with Matt. What have you done? He's broke the system. Hold on, let me go. Yeah, you have. If you've come off, hold on, let me grab you and try to drag you in. No, we can't see you now. Hold on.
See, experiment and break it.
He's broke it.
I was going to go into my room and take photos of the
He's
tech
broke
shops
it.
and other things, but let me come back. Let me just leave and I'll come back in.
He's broke it.
Yeah, I'll just change camera. 1 sec.
He's now doing a podcast. Close your eyes, everyone, and imagine it. Oh, no, he's back. He's back. He's on the other side now. It's going to throw everything. He's moved across. Anyway,
I was going to take it into the bedroom and take things, but I haven't made the bed yet, so Sheldon have a fit.
Yeah, perhaps not a good idea. Yeah.
Oh, look. My poltergeist draw system's now working.
So, as it's 3:10, can we do a bit of modelling today?
Oh, go on then. I'll let you.
Thanks. I'm going to put my overhead on so I can do a bit more on my tank.
Okay.
And we'll have chat on. I'll put the chat on.
I can read out some questions because, to be honest, I'm into this thing where I've got to put all this mask on, and I've now lost the will to live, and I've only done that.
Is it beating you up now? I'll take that as a yes.
When you do one of those things, you think, Jesus, why? Yeah, it's in that.
Yeah.
Is it actually sticking to the plastic, to the paint though, or?
I hope so. I hope it comes off afterwards. But I've literally done
A lot of vinyl masks.
I've peeled away that many to expose, and I've done one lot, and I put it on, and that was probably a good couple of hours' work. And I'm like, yeah.
Did you use the clear stuff and stick it to the clear and then peel it back off?
That's crap. Doesn't work. Seriously, you're better off just peeling it off like I've did on this one. Because I tried to use that peely sheet. I didn't want to say it because it sounds like I'm being ungrateful now. But honestly, this stuff is rubbish. Because I can understand the theory, but you can't get it off onto this from here. Because it just won't go. There's not enough bite on this to pull it off of the actual backing sheet. So what you have to do is somewhat tease it up as you go. Oh, gee. And by the time you've teased it up, you've lost another couple of days. So it's easier to do this, like I've done here, and I've got one on, and I will lift that all off in one, and you just go along and plonk it on. So, yeah. It's almost like somebody's overcomplicating it, which is probably much the story of this entire thing, really, because it is... I understand what it is, but is this exact photo realistic to the film? I doubt it. So it's all going to be a little bit whiffery, but we will see how we go on one. I'm going to do one, try it. If it looks fantastic and I'm sold, then we'll go for it. If not, I'm going to do what I do to all my stuff like this. I will take a section and we'll just do it in sections and work our way through. Because I'm literally into one section and I've still got all of these sheets, let alone all the other ones. So, yeah, I think I've got a better idea, which is normally a bad sign when I've got them up with an idea, but we will see. Anyway, what were the guys saying down in here? what are we saying? Somebody's asking about something. Why doesn't PM stock evergreen styrene for scratch builders?
Because it's expensive to get in. And
we have got something that's similar, but we haven't got it on the site, have we?
No,
We've got Plastistrut.
Plastistrut, but it's a bit of a not a full rack. Kind of, I acquired it from a company that had gone bust basically, and got offered it from a rep. So it's stuck in the office, to be honest, under the stairs.
I think one of the other things as well is that, yes, we could take it on and we could do it, and I think we will do definitely, but to put that on the system, because there's hundreds of them, it's one of those things where it will take a bit of time to sort of do, and at the moment we're using our time wisely doing other things. So it's something that I think we will do, because I use tons of it and I buy it off of like various suppliers around the interweb, and you think we would stock it. So it is something that we will be getting in, but it's one of those things where they do tons of it and it's got to be put on the system and everything, and it's not like a quick sort of fix with it. So watch this space.
Again, it's one of them things of what we invest in at the minute, again, just to build the business, isn't it? So,
yeah,
not saying we won't get it in, but obviously, still, as I think, a fledgling business, it's on kind of the to-do list, I suppose.
Yes. It's very true. John is saying there about the grim truth about having hobby shops is that they buy in from estate sales and private collections, and that's very true. We get offered lots. We've bought stuff in the past, to be honest, where unfortunately, and it is the truth, everyone's got these huge stashes and you end up dying. The family just do not know what to do with them. And to be honest, I've dealt with lots of our members over the last 20 years of doing this, where I've had the family have approached me and said, such and such has died, I've got all these kits, what do I do with them? And normally I put them in contact, or have done in the past, with other people I knew who buy collections and stashes, but they offer you peanuts because they are second-hand kits. I know a lot of us think, I've got all this stuff and it's worth a fortune, and it probably is if you want to list it individually on eBay and sit and flog it all and all the rest of it. But if you just want it out the house, as do most families, to be honest, you're just going to get a guy turn up in a van, he's going to chuck it all in boxes and take it away. He'll sort it out and deal with it all later. But from a point of view of buying it, do you want the hassle of listing it all individually to try and get the money back, or do you just want it out of the house? And I think most people just want it out of the house. It's a horrible side of this, but when you do pop your clogs, make something in your will that says what happens to it all. Because many a time I get people and they're saying, like, I've got all this stuff, I've got no idea what it's worth, I've got no idea what to do with it. So,
yeah.
Russell says, going back to yesterday's show about aircraft tie downs, on kits that have no points moulded, the areas used are marked by decals or hook. Yeah, it depends. Obviously, with some have what we call, like, it's an anchor. There'll be a symbol. If you get the hook ones, that's normally will be a panel which you can remove, and it's like a stressed area, so you can lift it up on a crane on aircraft. So you're looking for the ones that look like an anchor symbol, but normally that's where they are. So again, like I was saying, what I've done in the past, if I've done them as a little diorama and we've put the chains on, and this is what we had this from yesterday, then technically what you can do is just scrape clean away and then sand away that one, and then just make one out of a piece of wire or something. So you've got the hoop, and then you can actually just chain onto that and then tie it down to the deck and stuff like that. So, yes. Any idea how much weight the aircraft Buccaneer needs to prevent it being a tail sitter?
Oh, God.
I can't remember what we put in it now.
I can't at all. It's that long ago. Well, we only finished it last year, but built it year before, didn't we?
Yeah. You know what? We did it as a live show. Me and Matt did them as live, and I can't remember what we put in them there.
I have no idea.
No.
Don't it tell you?
I was going to say, didn't Airfix actually say in the instructions?
Because Airfix normally put a little weight symbol, and it's like whatever it is. I'm sure it's got it on the instructions.
Yeah. If not, I always usually fill the nose cone.
Yeah.
That's normally what I do. To fill up the nose cone with lead, PVA glue it in place, and then shove it on. It'll be fine. You can do the old balance trick just on your finger. Just put it where the gear would be, mock it up, and then just see.
Yeah.
See, look, I'm building. Look, without actually building. So what I'm doing over on that one there is taking off the wash, but we're sanding it off instead of wiping it away. So you get that nice look to it. So you get a sort of shiny-ish flat look, and wearing it all in. So the idea being is you're polishing the paint to give it that nice sort of weathered in look as you're weathering it. So the clay will polish as it goes. So yes, that's what I'm attempting to do there.
15 grams for the Buccaneer, it says. Here, fixed instructions say.
Oh, there you go, 15 grams. Go for that.
There you go. Because I did think they're good for that now, you know, telling you what your weights are and stuff. Two empty screws, lovely. Do you do a starter sander set, as in one with all the difference in it? This is Kevin. Thanks for the good show. Yes, there is a starter set, Phil, isn't there?
Yes, I can show you. It's that one. And you found he's got all the pickies on. Yeah. Yes. So it's got all of the ones. Some of them aren't in there, so some of the dual range isn't in there, but all the others are in there. So, yes.
So loads of them. Loads and loads.
We do.
Got to be the best seller, isn't it?
Yes, I would say so. It's on there, and also it's in half. Yeah. That's the Bandy band.
Definitely worth getting. Andy's back to front. Yeah. No, it's all right. They're on about your new camera angle.
The back front, is it?
Yeah, no. Back to front.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's it. You're now Tamia instead of Amiatat.
We have the technology.
What, to flip it? Flip mode.
So yes, that's the one you want to go for. FMS 001.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we finished part 11. Right. And
part 11. Did it go on to that long?
Yeah, it's a big one, this one. I can't remember how many parts it was now. 13.
Was it?
14.
Was that one of your summer super builds?
Yeah, it was. It was summer super build. That part 15. Yeah, 15 part of this one.
Blimey. Are you doing another one this year, or are you not bothering with them anymore?
I don't know. Well, obviously last year it went out the window because we were doing all the live shows, so you haven't got time to do it. So that's the trouble. We will see how the year progresses.
Hey, to be fair, you did the VC10, and that's a super build.
Well, yeah, true.
Because you did some big kicks last year, let's be honest.
Yeah, you remember I said about I'm going to do small stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. We started off with a 72nd Millennium Falcon, and then obviously going through them all, we ended up B-17s, VC-10s, yeah, tiny.
Well, again, I'll tell you what, you've got it this year as well with doing the Seal. That shuttle, the Enterprise, that's not exactly small, is it?
Yeah, the Enterprise quite chunky. Got the Seahawk, we're starting next week.
And then the Osprey.
Then the Osprey, apparently. Allegedly, there'll be an Osprey coming down the line.
Yeah.
Yes, for lead. I tend to use offcuts from roofs. So luckily, as you might know, we had a leaky chimney this year. So obviously, just speak to your roofer and you get all of this lot. These are all the offcuts. Seeing as I paid for it, to have the roof done, I was like, right, I'm having all your lead offcuts. So keep all of them. Come in handy. You can fold and roll it up and all the rest of it. Cut them up into little triangles and then get them fitted around everywhere.
So you've not been up church roof then, nicking it?
No, I don't do that anymore.
We can't condemn that.
Yeah, it's it.
I'll condone it.
But yeah, when I bought this house here, it had a porch on it, and I didn't realise, but the entire roof of the porch is one giant sheet of lead.
Right.
So, and it was a case of like, clearly I don't need all of that. So I did take it down to the scrap metal place to flog it. Oh my Lord, you would think I was trying to offload a shotgun.
Yeah.
To give you name and details and all your car stuff and everything. Because obviously I was like, it hasn't come off the church roof, but literally it's come off my porch. But yeah, they know I make you jump through some holes and loops and everything just to, you know. And it was only, I don't know what I got for it now. Something, not very much. It was only like 26 quid or something. But, you know, it was like, my Lord, I thought it would be easy to get rid of a gun.
Could you imagine how much they offered, though?
Well, that's it. So how's Phil's Enterprise going? Yes, no, it's fine. It's white, it's big, and it's now it's starting to have its Aztec decal thing, which I'm not overly convinced with, to be honest. So I think I might have a better idea for this. But it's all done. It's literally just going through this. So once the Aztec decals or masks are on, it will get another spray coat, obviously a slightly darker one. So they stand out. Then it's going to get a pearlescent coat right the way over it, clear coat, and then obviously we'll go into decaling. So I'm hopeful by next week it will be sort of done. Got the rest of it all over here. I'm just trying to find out where it all is. All over the place. So yes, it's all here. At the moment it's looking very white, slightly off-white. So it's very shiny. Considering that's got flat paint in it, it's half glossy. So yes.
I use this for lead. Wherever my camera is, I point in there. It's basically it's diver's lead shot ballast.
Yeah.
And just mix it with PVA, and it's all right, you know, because it's dead fine. It fills all the little crevices up, and yeah, fills really well.
The only trouble I find when I've used that in the past is that you think you've got it all confined, and then you built your model, and then it rattles.
If you put enough PVA in it, it's all right. Yeah,
free.
Yeah, let's make it into a nice like porridgey sort of like mix with PVA, and it seems to.
Yeah. The only thing I would say, recommendation on this one, if you're using that technique, many years ago I did a F14, and so I got the nose cone off of a Hasegawa one. So I put some in, and then I used super glue, and then I used a bit of kicker to set it, but obviously then the chain reaction happened and ended up melting the nose of the actual kit. So I ended up having to fill it and reshape it. And I know we've had this conversation before because one of our members did it on a Typhoon, Eurofighter Typhoon, and I had exactly the same as what happened to me. So what happens is the chemical reaction generates heat and physically melted the nose. Mine wasn't quite as bad as his because his proper was lumpy bumpy. Mine just, it sort of came in on itself. So I had to end up filling it and sanding it, and it took about a week to sort out and get it back to normal. So, yes. Look how youthful I look. Yeah, it couldn't have been that long ago. I've got 2 spray booths.
I don't know, you've had a few spray booths now a while. So, just for Ted's, well, you know, he wants to know where the pre-orders are. He can't find the pre-orders on the site. Or he says, I cannot access any of the pre-order sites. Can you please put me down for an Osprey and a Harrier?
Right, I'll show him round, shall I?
And this one's, well, he said it to Andy, but while you're on, if you watch Ted, this is where the pre-orders are on the forum.
Pre-order for the Harriers finished now.
Right, yeah, so if you're in the forum, so this is like your main forum with it all up and everything like that. Hold on, let me go full screen. So you're in the forum as this, okay? All you do, you got peer models are right at the top. They move themselves. Look, there you go. If you click in here, and it brings them up here. So you've got your welcome, and then these are all your pre-orders are in here now. So as you see, we've got the Jackal, which is new. When did you put this up?
The other day, it's doing at the end of this month. It's on the other Tainer that's coming in to create everything.
Right, okay. So, and it's in. So, all you've got your details down in here. So, normally the full retail on that is 68 quid. And obviously, the guys are doing it for 61. All right. So, and then all you do is pop your name down here. And then Andy comes along and will scoop up your details when they're in and send you an invoice. And that's how it is. Normally, we tend to end these just as when they're about to drop. So, just as we're getting them in, it stops. So obviously this is the one for the Osprey, but again, we were a little bit taken aback how quickly this came in. We weren't expecting it to come in this quick. So literally this went up the day it came in. And obviously it will end soon because we've got them in stock. So
yeah, it's going to end tomorrow. Andy will shut it tomorrow, so got today. So if you do want one, get your name down, but then it will just be on general sale in the shop at a normal sort of price. So like I say, because it is available, we can't leave that running forever and a day.
Yeah, so we've got the other ones down in there. We've got the Canadair Sabre F4,
yeah,
the new tool one coming out, and we've got the Crusader tank from the Airfix one, and we've got the Airfix with the Cromwell as well, and then obviously we've got down there the Great Wall Hobbies B52H pre-order in the 144, the baby version.
Yeah, the Cromwells are now closed because they're coming soon. So.
All right. So, oh yeah, sorry, these are locked. So what will happen is, Andy, these will disappear shortly. So I didn't see I've locked them. And then obviously, is this one still running, the Seahawk one?
Yeah, we're doing that as a continual one because we can keep getting the kit.
Well, we
used to.
Yeah, to be honest, that one might have to be temporarily suspended.
That's why I was wondering about that. The thing is, just being honest, guys, we can't get them at the moment because of Brexit, because we can't get them out of Germany.
So, yeah, we'll probably just temporarily suspend it. I mean, it's not like we ain't going to get them. It's just obviously we could kind of get them on.
Does this mean I have to build the Osprey first then?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it looks like it.
So we've got the Tamiya McLaren Senna, which is the nice orangey one.
I bet that's doing soon.
Yeah, that must be pretty soon. Obviously, that's coming via Tamiya, so that's not a problem at all coming in. And we've got the new McLaren.
Yeah, I think they're doing soon as well, actually.
In the Marlboro Light scheme, as well as the normal one.
Marlboro Light scheme, or the proper...
Or the full fat version.
Yeah, full fat version, yeah. Full nicotine version.
Jesus, I as an ex-smoker, I can comment. But yeah, it was that thing, wasn't it? Silk cut and light editions, my lord.
Yeah, silk cut.
Silk cut, you'd be there sucking as hard as you can. Got bloody holes in the filter, isn't it? So you used to put sellotape round them to get a proper drag. Sort of defeating the object, clearly, but there you go.
Yeah, it was defeats the object, but yeah, I know what you mean. It was just like puffing on fresh air, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember back in the day, me 24 Royals.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right, the amount thousands spent on fags.
I went on to menthols before I packed in.
So did I. Did exactly the same. Yeah. The reason I went on to menthols was stop my mates sort of nicking me fags.
Yes.
But then they all ended up smoking them anyway.
Yeah, I know. People smoke anything when they need a fag, don't they? But yeah,
I did. I went on to menthols as well. Super Kings menthols.
Yes. Blimey, I dread to think now how much it cost.
So I gave up over 20 years ago now. So
yeah,
21 years ago now. Thank God.
I've never smoked in my life.
Not even in the army?
No.
I thought that's what people in the army do. Pass time. Just light up. Bit generalising for people in the forces, I know, but you know what I mean. Don't you get a cigarette allowance, or you used to?
I might have been in the 40s, but...
No, all right then. I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
Yeah, so in the 40s, Andy, did you not smoke?
Yeah.
Weren't they handing out cartons of fags?
That was your Woodbine.
Where are we? Somebody asked something about an F111 a minute ago. I did see it. Somebody was saying, when am I going to start the F111? Later, not for the first quarter. As I say, I'm pretty stocked up with everything at the moment. And I don't like to do, like, a few years ago, I used to have like 5 or 6 kits on the go. But then it's too much. Even with the room I've got, when you've got boxes full of kits, it just gets too much. So I tend to do 2 at a time at the moment. So this one is now into paint. So next week I will start on that, or possibly an Osprey. as we make our way through.
What jumps out at you then?
What, as in building wise?
Yes. What sort of? I want to do that.
What's an itch I can't scratch?
Yes. yeah. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. As I say, I'm quite looking forward to the Zero because it's Tamiya, and I haven't built any Tamiya for ages.
Right.
I'm quite looking forward to doing that because I've been on about doing one of them for ages because I like the weathering on it, and that in that sort of light scheme, I think weathering will be lovely on it. So I've got that.
Yeah.
I am actually looking forward to the F111, but also I'm delaying it a little bit because I'm waiting for some aftermarket and it's not available at the moment. So that's why that's delayed a little bit. I am weirdly looking forward to doing the Seahawk because I'm quite actually an H60 fan in general. So it'd be nice to do a nice one of that in a bigger scale because I've never done it in 35th. So it should be okay, even though it's Kitty Hawk and all the rest of it. But I think as long as you clean up, like John was saying last night, Kitty Hawk, it's got that thing where you just want to clean all the parts, make sure they're all right, test fit, and then you really have no problems. But get a good idea with the instructions. So, have a run through of how it's going to go together just to make sure it does before you get anywhere near it with glue. Okay?
Yeah.
And then if it's not making sense, take a step back from it because it could be the instructions, So generally, I think if you take your time with it, like John was saying, he's had quite a lot of success with his one at the moment.
He's enjoying it.
Considering it's an older kit of theirs as well.
Yeah. No, he is enjoying it.
Hmm.
Well, again, I didn't realise how big an aircraft it was.
Yeah, I know. It is a large beast.
Yeah,
a chunk. So yeah, that's really, as I say, I've got a couple in my stash that keep winking at me and various things. So yeah, I still want to do that Abrams, funnily enough.
Yeah?
Yeah, so at some point will be a bit of an armour thing going on there. And I quite still want to do the Ural truck.
Yeah.
So from a vehicle point of view. So there's those things. So yes. But again, there's stuff coming out. I want to do the Vulcan when it comes out as well. If I can prize one from Airfix's hands.
I'll tell you what, there's two that jumped out at me for definite builds this year. And obviously, if it comes out, is the Airfix ambulance, the Katie ambulance.
Yeah.
Because I've always liked that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is actually the ICM, which is due out. I think they're doing a Leyland Retriever truck, British truck, which was Monty's caravan. One of his caravans is based on that chassis and cab.
Mm.
So I don't know if they'll bring that out later on. I'd be really, really surprised if they didn't, to be honest, because it's such a famous vehicle. Why wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
But I actually just like the general service truck, to be honest. I don't know. I've got a bit of a sort of fetish for British World War II trucks and soft skins, so they're definitely on the build list for me. After that, I'm not really, not decided on. Hopefully, we'll be set up and I'll start the Jag next week because I need to get on with that for the 60s group build. So
I was going to say, you're going to do it in Austin Powers?
No, I'm not doing it in bloody Austin Powers. I actually thought, you know what? I actually thought about doing it as a bit of a barn find because I've got this brilliant photo, but it's got a Mercedes Gullwing in it.
Yeah.
And you say like, hold on, let me put my.
Christ, can you imagine finding that a Jag in there, an E-type Jag and a Mercedes Gullwing, and it's a barn find?
Well, this photo,
Jesus.
I mean, I don't know copyright. Is actually. I don't know if somebody's planted it there for the photo, to be honest. It could be, but it's a brilliant setup. So you imagine like a barn. So as the diorama would be, so you get two sides of the barn. So you get that side of it in the back,
Yeah.
And then obviously the Jag sitting framed in it, shall we say?
Yeah.
And then the framing of and then there's just like straw and all stuff on the floor. I don't know, but it's kind of then that would be a 60s car, but found 10 years ago.
Yeah, modern. Yeah, 60s car, but found modern.
But it'd still be for the 60s thing. I just think it'd be an interesting scenario to put it in, rather than just have a curbside all shiny, nice and glossy. So I'm toying with it. But then, as I said last night, it might be a good one to do a tutorial again on glossing with single pack lacquer for somebody who wants to go down that. So, I'll probably stick to doing it out the box and glossy and shiny. I think I'll just probably do it red, I think, this time. A red Jag, always. They always look good in red E-types, don't they? So, and like I say, I've not really planned much after that. Just see what gets released and what takes me fancy, I think. Or what ideas come along for the group builds and SIGs.
Definitely. Andy, what about you? Got an itch you need scratching?
I fancy going back to some of the older kits that I've got in the stash that I wanted to build, like the AMK F14. Probably there's nothing really. Well, I suppose it could do it for the Navy SIG, but C-SIG. Yeah, it's fair. There's so much I want to do in
so little time.
So little time. Yeah, exactly. Literally so much I want to do.
I think it's that thing, isn't it? Well, Andy's a bit like me as well, is that he's a bit of a magpie. So if a nice new shiny kit comes along, everything goes out the window. So it's like, quite fancy that, you know. And the way the world is at the moment, you're not quite sure what's coming out. So, yes.
Yeah, it is, because obviously with things like Telford being cancelled, and obviously Suzuka probably is not going to go on again, and Nuremberg Toy Fair is going to not happen, is it? So it's actually going to be, I think, a little bit of a surprise with the releases, which is nice. I think it's nice rather than knowing what's going to be released 12 months before you actually see it.
Yeah.
I do like that sort of, you know, who'd have thought like ICM were going to do a 148 Beaufort or the Bronco and some of the other stuff. Yes, I'm going to send him one, Neil, the SU-57. When I send his care package down, like I think everything's in now, so I can get it boxed up and booked in for a courier for next week. So you're going to get an SU-57. Obviously, your F-15 is going to come down. The aftermarket bits for your F-111 you ordered, they should be in, and a Tiger Moth.
Lovely. Cool.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's something else as well. I mean, Andy went around the shop. I'm sure there was something else I was going to put in the box. I can't remember off the top of my head, but
right, fine.
You'll have so more kits to add to your ever-growing pile of.
Yeah, that's it. The giant pile
stuff.
That's all right. Not a problem. So yes, we'll get some reviews done next week as well, then, guys. Not a problem. Yeah. DR says this channel is responsible for getting me back into modelling and making. It's Phil's fault. And the sci-fi ones Phil's used to do. And the girl who used to be on the channel who did the Star Wars kits. Absolutely. Sorry, costing you a fortune. I am guilty of that.
That's what we do.
Phil, have you put weight in the rear of the Enterprise, the saucer section, as a lump on its own? No, actually, it balances perfectly well. When you've got the saucer on it and the engines, on the stand, it's okay. It's a perfect balance with both. So, funny, if you take the saucer off, it's a massive tail sitter, hugely, because the engines do hang a long way back on this. But when it's all together, it's all right. It's got a little square pug, and it's a little bit of a tight fit deliberately, so it latches into this okay. So when we've got to sand and polish and filler all this yet to make it nice. So, yes.
An Airfix stand.
Give it an Airfix stand, yes.
Actually, I
think this stand is actually quite a good classic shape. It's got that sort of swoosh to it, and obviously it's the Starfleet.
Yes.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Starfleet.
Yes.
That's that puppet show that was on.
Oh yeah, wrong one. Yeah, Starfleet's the other one with the rank-looking puppets.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that question was going to be, Phil, have you put weight on?
Oh,
when you first started saying it, I think.
COVID.
COVID lockdown. I'll tell you what, just Neil's put up about sending you your care package and you're tidying your room. I'm just glad to get rid of it out of the shop, mate, because it's just a tip. So we can have more. He can have more of it. Get rid of it.
It's rammed.
Actually, I've had a really good tidy up, Andy, yesterday when I was there. Yeah, I moved that rack in, picked the stuff off the floor. Yeah, I had a good bit of a tidy up. Hoovered up the other morning when I were in because it was getting a bit messy. So yes, I'm going to get on top of sorting the shop, so a bit more organisation.
Yes, in case we ever have to open.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah,
just in case we can ever open the store.
Yeah.
There's one here for Andy. He wants a member needs to know if you got your chocolate ration during the Great War.
I never got my ration. It was pinched off me.
John says he still smokes way too much.
Yeah, you need to pack it in, John. It's not good for you. Especially with this pandemic around, you don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out affecting your lungs. Who said it then, Nigel? If Kirk never said it.
Never said what?
Scotty, or was that just made up?
Yeah, it was just made up, wasn't it?
Perhaps it was Bones.
That's it.
I don't know. I've never really watched Star Trek.
Lieutenant Uhura.
Yeah, could have been.
What is this thing you call kissing?
I think it was in the
biggest pervert in the galaxy.
It was in the song, wasn't it?
What, Star Trekking across the universe? That one.
Sure, they said beam up Scotty in that. How's it go, Phil?
Star Trekking across the universe, only going forward because we can't find reverse. That one. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a few years ago.
Unfortunately, yeah.
A lot of the youngsters wouldn't have heard that one, probably. That's got to be at least, what, 20, 30 years ago, that?
30-year-old, I reckon that is.
Got to be, isn't it?
I bet a thingy won it, yeah. Got it. No. Terrible song. Terrible. Don't get Alexa to play it.
No.
But it was everywhere, wasn't it?
Mm. Brian says, hello, Phil. Watching all the way from the Philippines. Love your videos. Keep safe. We will. Thank you, Brian. Hi, Phil. I see Mac 2 have issued a 70-second DC-8. Fancy dipping your toe again? No. I've now dipped that toe. Scratch that scratch. Bless it. To be honest, I don't know what to do with it. I think I might wall hang it. I might do it this weekend. Bolt it to the wall, because at the moment it's gathering dust sat there. I did have a cloth over it at one point, but then I was worried about bending the wings with the weight of the cloth. So, yes, I need to, I think, wall hang it for the moment until we can get together.
Going back to the Star Trekking song.
Yes.
Apparently, the guy who wrote it was a member of the English Civil War Combat Reenactment Society.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you guys always build for the SIG that is running at that time?
Every time.
Well, we try to. The last couple of years we've been a lot better, but we try and involve ourselves in all the SIGs and group builds, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a few I missed last year because the mixing, obviously it's got wings, I couldn't really do a lot with that, but yeah, we do try, don't we?
A few I missed because I started them and didn't finish them.
Yeah. I think Nathan and John are quite committed to doing and finishing.
Yes.
But it's nice because it gives us a bit of a focus on, because otherwise you can get a bit overwhelmed with what to build, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you've got massive stashes, eh, Andy?
Yeah.
Can't see the woods for
the bit
trees.
where Andy's like, I've got nothing to build for that for that SIG or group building. We're like, are you joking?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Bronco MiG-15? Looks disappointing. I haven't seen it yet, so.
So why does it look disappointing? And what you can compare it with? Because you've obviously got a Tamiya one, which is wrong and you can't get, or you've got the Trumpy one, which is flawed, I think, and old. It's older trumpeter kit. And is the I think there's a 48 HBH one, isn't there? Was that 32nd? I can't remember if it was like 48, 32nd. I think that might be 32nd now, thinking about it. So he ain't got many options, but yeah, well, why are you disappointed with that?
Yes. That girl's name, that was Lindsay. It would have been 3 years ago now. She's married now.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes, she moved away, got married, and that's it.
How's the Matilda going, Andy? Looks nearly done.
I'm not doing the tracks they go on top and making a right hash of it because I didn't realise that the track links that go on top, these are just like spare tracks. They're different bleeding sizes. And I've cut them all off the screws and I can't tell the difference between them. So I'm trying to fit one thinking that don't fit on there. That's why it don't fit on there.
At least you know with Tamiya, if it don't fit, it's the wrong bit.
Yeah.
You know, so. Oh,
So
got some
Beamus Up Scotty was said twice in the animated series.
Oh, right, okay.
If he does say to beam up a lot, does that count? What about the poor guy in the red top? If you're a red top going down, you're dead.
You're dead, yeah. Security.
Is that what it was? Was it security?
Yeah, security red tops, yeah.
That's it. You just know you're on a one-way mission, innit?
What's
They
the
had
blue
them
top?
lined up on the ship like lemmings. Yeah, next two, you go. You never come back. Yeah, that's it.
So what's the blue tops?
I don't know. I do like the new one. We were talking about this the other day, weren't we? But I actually really do like the new series. I think it's quite refreshing and nice.
Is
Will
this
blue
one?
be engineering or?
Eh?
Imagine blue must be
engineering. I don't know, 'cause
engineering.
in the new one, they all wear blue. They don't have
Yeah.
that colour code anymore type thing as much.
Is that budget of the show?
Probably.
On different coloured tops.
Mind you, when I was doing a little bit of research for this, I was watching the making of like Into the Darkness. And you know they have two ships, and then they have like the black one that follows them. That was just the original set that they painted black. So for the Enterprise one, it was all like greys and whites and very nice and creams. And then because the budget was a bit tight, they just painted it black, and then shot the other half of it from being the enemy ship, the evil ship, in black.
Oh, right, okay. Science and medical is blue.
Yes.
But other colours did they have?
Gold.
Obviously, there was that horrible mustard colour.
Yeah. Well, they call that gold, don't they?
Gold has never been gold. It's baby poo brown, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Joe. The Austin ambulance is the one from Ice Cold Alex, isn't it? Ice Cold in Alex, even. That's why Matt wants to do it.
Yep.
Which was our
and we've seen that one when we went
for. If I've got it here.
Yeah, that one at Duxbury was nice, wasn't it?
And that was our inspiration for that one.
Yeah. What's her name? Who did the Sylvia Sims was in Ice Cold in Alex, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's not nice, is it?
What?
You've just been told to F
Somebody
off.
been.
See?
Oh,
people wonder why we
good,
don't have comments on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Just get abuse. Yeah. Same back at you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. I actually did that. If everyone looking closely, when I did the MRAP, they're saying about waiting for Phil to knock over the pot on the other shot with the silvers on it. I actually knocked over a pot of grime. But through the power of editing, it doesn't look that bad. But actually, I lost like half a bottle, so I ended up putting down paper and like mopping it up, squeezing it back in the bottle.
Does that say you didn't have to buy any more?
Yeah, Expanse is good. You ought to watch The Expanse if you're into that type of thing. It was on Netflix, but it's over on thingy now. Prime, Amazon Prime, they've got it.
All right.
Do you think Zuckerberg will release an F4G in the future? Yeah. Yeah.
How much difference is there?
Not tons.
No.
But I imagine them, because obviously with the versions that they've done at the moment, they can pretty much cover it. It would be nice if they did the G and the F. So there's only very likely differences in it, and I should think they'll probably get their money's worth out of that kit.
Yes, it's the RF one. There you go. Who'd win a fight between a Death Star and the Enterprise? A Star Destroyer or the Enterprise? I think the Death Star would win every time.
Yeah. If it was a Star Destroyer against Enterprise, I still think a Star Destroyer would have it.
Depends which Enterprise, though, doesn't
it? Don't forget, though, a Star Destroyer's got fighters.
Yes.
An Enterprise has got a little shuttle.
Yeah, but the new Enterprise has got what's it called? The spawn drive things where they can just jump.
That's all right. Star Destroyer's got jump to light speed.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I think it takes a while to get there still. It doesn't just like voomp.
Yeah.
Spawn drive does.
It's got to warm up.
Yeah, it's got to warm it up first. Look, we're up to part 13. We've only got 12 minutes. I'm just queuing it up now. We're just queuing up the end show bit.
I was going to say, we've got, what, 7 minutes?
I don't know how long it actually is. Like, seriously, it could like be 4 hours long.
Oh, God.
No, actually, let me just... hold on, I might can do it on this system. Let me check how long it actually is. I don't know. We'll have to be quiet whilst it plays out. Or we could do a running commentary along it. Where is it? It is 10 minutes 19 seconds.
Is it? You better run it now then, because
we'll be here a while.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the action movie group build review, and I have to say I was very, very impressed. Everyone did a fantastic job on this one. How long is the Seasick running for? Oh, that's 3 months.
Is it free?
Was it 4? 4. 4 months, sorry, 4. So yes, so that one is running. Oh yeah, by the way, everyone, I've opened up the threads now as well. So if you do need to go in and change one for any of the reveal stuff, you can now. Now I've got everyone's details. You're locked in. But yes, so the Swinging 60s one is running till the 30th of June. We've currently got 98 entries into that one, and we've got 3 finished. And then for the C6 SIG, or as its professional title is the High C SIG, that is going to run till the 30th of April. So basically got till beginning of May on that to get that one done. No reveals yet, and we've got 78 on the go in there. So yes, that's our starting off for this year. But the archive ones, down through the depths, look. So yes, they are now completed and done. And then I don't know if you've seen it, but for the Shelf of Doom one, at the top here, I've put the reveal video into it as well now, so it's there. And funny enough, and that wasn't through choice. Clearly,
Yes,
actually, for some reason, YouTube picked it. So I thought, well, we'll let it go. But you know when it gives you like 3 options of what you got, or you can put your own in. Well, normally it doesn't align. It's normally like a half and half picture and stuff like that. But for some reason, it did actually pick Andy, so we thought we'd.
Very nice.
So yes. Yes, Rob, get on with your links.
Yeah, times are running out. It's over nearly at the end of January already, aren't we?
Magic Mushroom Drive. The Spore Drive. I'll tell you what, I've just finished watching whilst we're at it. I know it's not the show for it, but Raised by Wolves. And
All
again,
right, yeah.
I have to say, and I won't do any spoilers in case you haven't seen it, but the idea is perfect, and the first half of the series is really good, and then it gets crap at the end. So it's like, yeah, I get the whole thing, and obviously there's lots of twists and plot turns and things that get revealed as you make your way through the series. So I won't go on about it, but it's just that the last like 2 episodes, it's just like, really, you got such a good thing going on there, and you've almost thrown it away. So just saying it like that, but it's still worth a watch.
I think I watched the first 4. I think it is.
Matt, any idea when the drills will be in?
No, none, I'm afraid. Not a clue at the minute. One is our supplier is out of stock, and the other one is we get them out of Europe.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 little problems. So I don't know, to be honest, at the minute.
Phil, you fly the F-18 in DCS. Have you tried the updated A10? I've only taken it literally for a flight because I've got the original one, so you can upgrade it for like 12 quid or whatever it was. So I did pay for that. But I haven't actually used it because I can't remember how to fly it. If I'm honest, I don't remember the systems at all. So, but it is very nice. Very, very nice indeed. I've been getting my Starfix fix with Bandai's Star Blazer kits, the little ones. They've got a little armada taking shape.
I say we didn't actually discuss the other day that Revell's Bandai Star Wars stuff that's coming out is the Y-Wing and the A-Wing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Later on in the year, and then obviously we spoke about that Mandalorian sheep crest, is it you call it?
Yeah,
or
the Razor Crest. Razor Crest.
Oh, a Razor Crest, Sea Crest, whatever. I don't know, sort of same in it. And the Outlander TIE Fighter, is it? What's the difference between that and a normal TIE Fighter then?
Well, the thing is, there's loads of different types of TIE Fighter in different guises and versions.
Well, don't get nerdy on me. Just what's the difference?
Pass.
You were going to go full.
I'll tell you what there is. I'll tell you what's quite funny is that actually when they did Return of the Jedi, they had these mass scenes of TIE fighters all flying around. So do you know what they did? They took a load of die-cast ones for the backdrop and just had die, which aren't even the right shape or even the right type. So that's why a lot of people have studied obviously these images and gone, well, what type of TIE fighter is that? And that's where these ones come from. It's like it's some Chinese knockoff that they used in the backdrop.
Right. Anyway, still not answering my question.
What's that?
Well, Rob has. It's the one from Mandalorian.
Oh.
That one. Oh, that it can land on planets.
Oh, is that the one with the foldy wings?
Oh, I don't know.
I need to watch the second series of Mandalorian because I haven't watched any of it yet.
Who's Moff Gideon? Flies it and it lands. And
what?
Who's Moff Gideon?
He's a dude.
Didn't Warhammer have a movie once? Didn't they do a Warhammer film? I'm sure they did.
I
Yeah.
think they did.
I think it
Yeah.
flopped, but they did do one, didn't they? Because they said they needed to do a
Yeah.
Warhammer film. I'm sure they did.
All right. Is he a grand moth or just a moth?
What?
Is grand moth like grand moth talking, or he's just a moth?
He's the baddie,
Yes.
yeah.
I've not seen it, so I can't. I've not seen the Mandalorian, any of it. So obviously I've seen the clips and Baby Yoda and all that lot of thing, but I don't know what the program is and who's in it.
It's not Baby Yoda.
Well, what is it then?
Eh? Because this is after Yoda would have been.
It's reincarnated
Well, I know.
Yoda.
But what species is Yoda?
Like crazy frog.
Do they ever say what species that Yoda is? I don't know.
Don't know.
You know, because like a Wookiee's a Wookiee and a Jawa's a Jawa and all that lot. So why has Yoda not got a species?
I don't know.
I see.
No.
That's the question. It's 4 o'clock. Roll VT.
Right,
Now,
bye everyone. Clunk.
Now we've left them hanging with that question.
Yeah, that's it. Right, okay. Are we sorted then?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. They were saying Ultramarines Warhammer 4000 came out in 2010. Yeah, I thought there was one. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it, but yeah.
I have seen it, but yeah.
You forgot it.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Right, okay. So that is us done for today. So what we're going to do is obviously leave you with our fantastic group build reveal. I say it's 10 minutes long. Did I say it's 10 minutes long? Something like that.
Yeah.
So sit back, relax, grab a cuppa, and you can watch it. I will link it down below as a separate feed as well once it goes up and goes live. I don't remember where it is. Oh, it's over there. And we can do it that way. We'll be back with you on Tuesday. We're not doing Mondays because obviously Mondays we need to catch up with stuff like work.
Yeah,
and do those types of things. Although the next part of obviously the I don't know the box, so it's over there. The Star Trek Enterprise Part 3, which is basically all the painting sections and everything else, will be up with you on Monday, and then obviously we'll be back with you on Tuesday afternoon as always as we make our way through. And then next week I'll be starting on that, or maybe something else. Anyway,
we can mute ourselves so you can listen to the music.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Definitely. Right. Okay then, guys. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. It has been an absolute pleasure. I need to stop that and do that. Otherwise, it will screw everything up. That's about it. Okay. So we will see you. Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all the usual bits and pieces. We'd love to see you. We will see you again live next week, Tuesday at 2 o'clock. So we'd love to have you there. Until then, everybody, happy modelling. Take care. And here is our reveal video. Say goodbye, gentlemen.
Bye.
Bye.